Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's episode of Keeping It Real. Randy, I think we have a great topic for our first episode.
I would agree, Nick.
What are we going to talk about?
Nick, we're going to talk about the 7 steps of the home buying process.
So here's the truth. Well, I should say, here's the myth. People think buying a home is this extraordinarily complicated process. They don't know where to start, how long it takes, and it can just shut down the whole process for them. We're going to keep it real with you. It actually boils down to
7 steps.
Let's walk through these one by one, shall we? So right off the bat, if someone wants to buy a home, the first thing you need to do is reach out to us, and we're just going to sit down and have a conversation. There's a lot of stuff we have to know. Do you want a house? Do you want a condo? What city would you like to live in? What's important? Do you need a yard? How many bedrooms? And of course, what are you looking to spend? Once we gather that information, it'll give us a much better picture of how we can best serve you. Now, once we have that information, step 2 starts.
And Nick, step 2 consists of us recommending you to our preferred lender, TCO Mount. He's going to walk you through the lending side process, and you're going to submit him some paperwork, and he's going to see what home you can actually afford.
Step 3, we go house shopping. We're going to set you up on a customized home search. Any home that comes on the market that has the criteria you're looking for is going to be emailed to you immediately once it hits the market. Once you see a home that you want to actually go take a look at, you call myself or Randy, and we're going to go house shopping. We'll go tour these houses and see if we can find the one. And I'll tell you what, eventually that's what's going to happen. We're going to find a house where you walk in the front door and you're going to think to yourself, I want to make this house my home. And that brings us to step 4.
Nick, now it's getting really excited. We found your home. Now we have to write and submit an offer. Now, things to consider when we're writing and submitting an offer is, 1, we want to know how many days this house has been on the market, and 2, who we're up against.
So what does it matter if you were the only offer versus if there were 5 other offers?
Well, it matters because if there's 5 other offers, that means you're in a multiple offer situation, which means you're going to have to come in with a stronger offer.
Do you know of any teams that have an incredible track record of winning multiple offers?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Oh yeah, it's us. It's our team. Yeah. No, truly. Having a skilled agent in your corner during multiple offers is crucial. You hear a lot of buyers lose out on multiples over and over. Not with us. So assuming that our offer gets accepted, the next step in the process is to conduct a home inspection. We want to make sure that, yes, your home it's a used home, so there are going to be things that aren't perfect, just like when you buy a used vehicle, and we understand that. But it's really important to make sure that the general health and overall condition of the home are okay. We don't want any safety issues taking place after you move in. So to hire a home inspector, it might cost a few $100s, but man, well worth every penny, just to make sure. Just for an example, let's say there were leaks in the bathrooms. Is that a deal breaker?
Not necessarily, Nick.
No, but I'll tell you what, I would like to have that seller have a licensed plumber fix those leaks at their cost before we move in. I feel like that's fair.
That's definitely fair.
So once we've come to terms on inspection, we move on to the next step.
Which brings us to the final walkthrough, guys. Now we are pretty much in the home stretch. The final walkthrough consists of us going to make sure the things that we requested in the final inspection were addressed and completed. We also want to make sure that the house is clean and that it's move-in ready for you and your family.
Fun fact on final inspection, sometimes a buyer will even say, we don't need to do final walkthrough, the home is vacant, what could have changed? I'll tell you what, quick side story. Some clients of mine bought a home in Stillwater this last year during the polar vortex. We almost didn't do final walkthrough because they lived on the other side of the cities. Well, thank goodness we did it because the home's furnace had shut down, all the pipes had burst, it was a massive 2-month repair operation, and we ended up closing and everything was fine. But had we not conducted that final walkthrough, they would have closed on that home and that problem would have been their problem. Instead, the seller's insurance company fixed it. So, final walkthrough, crucial. Always do a final walkthrough. Now, once the final walkthrough takes place, you head right to the closing table. We meet at the title company, we sign a bunch of paperwork, you write a check, they give you some keys, and it's time to move in. Home sweet home, baby. Randy, I hope this helped the people that are watching this episode today. I hope they tune in next week.
I'm sure they will, Nick.
What are we talking about next week?
We're talking about keeping it real.